The Euros is right around the corner, and therefore I will make this video where I will go through my final confirmed UEFA Euro 2024 draft, and I think it looks incredible. I've done a lot of changes and I have made this specifically for the first game week and the third game week because I'm using Limitless in match day 2 or game week 2. So keep that in mind when I go through the different players in this team. And not just that, if you want to join different competitions, I will link them in the description. I have a private league for the Euro, so remember to join that for this official game. I have also a free-to-play competition with a prize pool of over 500 euros in Sorare, which is a fancy game where you can collect, buy and win cards. Those prizes are determined by their in real life performances, so remember to check that out if you want. If you sign up using my link in the description, you'll get 50 euros after buying 5 cards. But now let's go through the team, and starting off with the goalkeeper positions, we have actually gone for 4 million goalkeepers. I think that will be the way to go this Euro, because there is so many unpredictable things that can happen, and penalty saves and those type of points can boost these guys up to close to scores of a goalkeeper that just keeps a clean sheet. For example, Donnarumma against Albania, yeah, he may get a clean sheet, but he will only get like 6 or 7 points in many of the cases at least. And then if, let's say, Strakosha or Moldovan gets a lot of saves, or maybe saves a penalty, you never know, they may come close to that score, and that extra millions can actually save up a lot of budget for the rest of the team, which I decided to go for in this final draft. Moldovan will be the starter goalkeeper for Romania. He has some decent fixtures, and in game week 1 it will be against Ukraine, while Strakosha has a very tough one, but he will play first, so I can just substitute him if he concedes a lot against Italy. Now let's move on to the rest of the team, the fun part of any draft, and let's start off with the defense. And Mark Guehi, is that right? Yeah, Mark Guehi, the Crystal Palace centre back. I think he will start for England, and mainly because there is a lot of injuries with Harry Maguire, and also with another English centre back. I can't remember his name right now, but still, and also Bryant White not called up. So I think he will start, and I just hope they can get a clean sheet against Serbia. The next one will be Jonathan Tah, the centre-back from Germany. I think he will play alongside Rüdiger. I'm pretty sure of it. Valdemar Anton may come in, but especially in the first match day, I don't think Nagelsmann will take any risks. And therefore I've also gone for Mittelstadt, only 4 million, so cheap. Yeah, he's a no-brainer for me. He is he's a very big threat offensively. Unfortunately, he have been taken off set pieces because, of course, Kroos is the set piece taker for Germany. But if Kroos gets an injury or something, Mittelstadt will be an even better pick to have in your team. The next one will be Di Marco against Albania. So I have some players playing up against each other, but I think Di Marco is a very good player, and I just hope for a 0-0 draw against Albania. So my Strakosha gets clean sheet points, and also Di Marco. And he is also very offensive, so he could get those decisive points as well, which we really like. And the last one will also be a very offensive left back or left wing back. He is sometimes, I would much rather call him that, or a left wing also at sometimes. He's also on set pieces, Theo Hernandez. He is such a good player, and I think he will be very nailed for the first match day for me. And yeah, now let's move on to the midfield, and here this just looks stacked. But let's start off with the first one, Kevin De Bruyne. I have to go for Kevin De Bruyne. I think he will be so influential, so important, and I think Belgium will smash it, especially in the group stages. They have had some very weak opponents in the preparation for this Euro, the last friendlies, but still I think they have looked very convincing. A lot of chances created to Lukaku, and we know De Bruyne, he will create a lot of chances in general against a team like Slovakia that isn't that strong, and I think he will just get a lot of assists, some recoveries maybe, and yeah, I think he will be in general very influential, and maybe pick up some man of the match points. I think those are awarded in this Euro fancy game. And the next one will be another Belgian player, Leandro Trossard. And I think just he looks so good, and in the last 2 friendlies he scored in both, and I think he's so exciting player to watch in general. And Doku, he's also a very good option, but he's a forward option, so I don't want to take a forward slot, but I think also Trossard should be pretty nailed. It should be De Bruyne, Trossard, Doku and Lukaku, so I think Trossard will slot straight in there and hopefully get close to 90 minutes each group stage match, which would be really, really nice. And he's also coming in at 8 million, I think. Kevin De Bruyne is about 9 or 9.5 million. 9.5 million. So I think that is very, very fair for both of them. The next one will be Remo Freuler, and he is going to be the biggest differential here, 0% selected. And I have no idea why, because he's such a good player, especially when I have watched him. And he's also a threat offensively, and he can also get you those recovery points. And for 5.5 million, you don't need much more than that. And he is also pretty nailed for Switzerland. He normally plays alongside Xhaka, and he has also gotten some decisives during the qualifications to this tournament in specific. So this is something very interesting to look at. For that price, I think it's extremely, extremely fair. And this also let me spend more money elsewhere in the team. And the next player will be Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I had him in every single draft. I think he will have an incredible Euro. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces, he's very influential for Turkey. One thing to keep in mind is that he can also play in the central defensive role, which isn't the best when it comes to getting those decisive goals and assist actions, but for actually getting recovery points, it isn't that bad. And for 6.5 million, I think it is, you can't go too much wrong with that. And he's also a big differential, only 6% owned, which is very, very nice. So he's a player that I will definitely go for the first match day. And of course I will skip the match against Turkey in match day 2. The next one will be Bruno Fernandes, and this is a little bit of a no-brainer for me because Bruno Fernandes is always good when it comes to getting fancy points. He isn't on penalties if Ronaldo plays, but if Ronaldo gets substituted early or doesn't start, he will take those penalties. He's also on set pieces like Kevin De Bruyne. I love having players that is on set pieces, also like Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And he isn't that 28%, yeah, it is a lot percent of owned by the general Euro managers. But the price of 9 million, I think it's too good to be true for a player like him. He will also get some recovery points here and there, which we love. And not just that, he's such an incredible playmaker. And with Ronaldo on top, he could get a lot of assists. And now let's move on to the forward positions. And let's start off with none other than Kylian Mbappe. I actually went for him instead of Harry Kane. That was like my main decision. Should I go for Harry Kane or Kylian Mbappe? Like, that is also the decision. I'm not sure of which one I should go for now either. But I think England, they haven't looked convincing. I think Serbia is a very, very, very tough fixture. And I don't think they can score more than 1 or 2 goals there. It may be controversial. This may backfire very, very hard on me because there are so many people having England players. But controversially, I think Kylian Mbappe will do better against Austria and Poland. Austria, I think they have some injuries here and there. So I think with France coming into this Euro, I think they look very, very strong. And Mbappe should be very nailed for that left wing position, which he loves to play at, where he can go in, cut inside and score with his right foot. He's also on penalties. I think he's also on some set pieces. So he's on those set pieces Theo Hernandez isn't on, and he is so dangerous in front of goal. So this is also a little bit self-explanatory. I don't need to go too much in depth about that. And also the fixture against Netherlands, I will just skip it because I will use Limitless in game week or match day 2. The next one will be Cristiano Ronaldo. It will be very interesting to see him play this evening. Hopefully he plays against Ireland, and I think he should play in the Euros. I have no idea why he wouldn't play. I think Gonzalo Ramos haven't been that good this season, and João Felix is more of a left wing than a forward for this Portugal team by the looks of it. Or also Jota shouldn't take that forward role in my opinion. But this is one to definitely look out for. He may get rotated a little bit, but Cristiano Ronaldo, of course I will go for Cristiano Ronaldo. I've had him in every single draft, and of course when I see Portugal, I want to have Cristiano Ronaldo in my team. Of course I want to have him. It's a big shame if I watch a Portugal match and I don't have Ronaldo. What will I celebrate if he scores? It's like, yeah, I love Cristiano Ronaldo, but I don't have him in my fantasy team. Of course I will have him in my fantasy team. That is actually the major reason why I've gone for him. And the next one will be Romelu Lukaku. I think this is just such a no-brainer. He has been so good in the friendlies before the Euros, and he's such a big threat. And I think not going for him will be a big mistake on my side. So therefore I've gone for Romelu Lukaku in the last one. And I don't need to explain it too much. He's on penalties. Like, every time I see him play, he gets so many chances. Although he doesn't score every one of them, when you get so many chances like him, you don't need to be the best player to put them in goal. And when you are Romelu Lukaku, one of the best forwards in the world, you will put a lot of them home. And I think yeah, he will be such a good player to have, and I'm so glad I've gone for him. And that will be my full draft, and probably the confirmed one. What do you think about it? Leave the comments. Have you gone any different from this, or do you think this is a bad strategy? Going all out on the forward and midfield slots, because I've gone very cheap in the defense and the goalkeeper spots. That is what I love doing, especially when decisive actions are so important, like goals and assists. But yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will of course catch you in the next one. Bye bye and take care. Peace.